What if I told you that you could take one idea, turn it into 8 different content pieces, and distribute it to more than 300 platforms all under 20 minutes? Welcome to this video. My name is Naufe, and today I'm going to be talking about AmpCast AI. It's basically like having an entire content marketing team all inside of one simple platform. If you've ever dreamed of scaling without burning out, this might be the game changer for you. So what exactly is AmpCast AI? The entire philosophy is pretty simple. You take one content idea, turn it into 8 different content formats, including videos, podcasts, and many others, and then distribute that content to more than 300 platforms. Instead of creating separate content for YouTube, podcasts, Instagram, LinkedIn, blogs, etc., you can just give it a single input and it's going to do all the work for you. Now, the platform is in live beta and they're rolling out new features regularly. So what used to take a full team days to execute, you can now just do that all by yourself under 20 minutes. Now, here's what makes AmpCast AI super powerful. It can create videos, podcast interviews, infographics, slideshows, news articles, blog posts, social media posts, and video reels. Now, all of that is pretty cool, but one question that you might still have is where exactly does the content get distributed? And here's where it gets even more crazy. All of that generated content is distributed to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Fox affiliate news sites, real established blogs, and dozens more. And honestly, in my opinion, this is an amazing way for creators and businesses to build sustainable, diversified traffic streams without relying on just one algorithm. All right, now let's go ahead and actually create an AMP to see how easy it is. So what you have to do is, first of all, is just go to AMPs right here, and this is their platform, by the way. Now they offer two main options for AMP creation. You can either create the whole AMP yourself using, some information that you give it and obviously AI generated content, or you can request their teams to actually create the AMP for you. So I'm going to be doing it myself, but if you don't feel like creating all the content yourself, you can definitely request them to do it as well. So let's go ahead and create AMP right there, and you can select your business. I'm just going to select my YouTube channel. And I'm going to click generate AMP. Now, as a demo, I'm going to be using this tool to promote one of my courses. It's basically an animation course, and I'm going to be creating content using AmpCast to promote that course. So I'm just going to be pasting in a headline that I got. It basically says master 3D art from scratch, new project-based Blender course launches in English. So you can see that we have a good headline that we can work with. And then obviously you're going to have to give it your promoted link as well. So this can be just basically the link of your landing page. So I'm just going to give it a link of the YouTube video. And then you can look for websites which have, more information about this. So I can just search for Blender 3D and then basically just pretty much select any website. This Wikipedia page talks a lot about Blender 3D and what exactly it is. So I'm just going to be pasting this in like that. And then I can click generate news article and it's going to do all the work for me. And now you can see our news article is completely ready. You can see that it says now for 3 days release a new course for the 3D software Blender, etc, etc. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but you can see that it is pretty good. It's a pretty good article that can be published, anywhere. So after this is done, we can go down to media and we can either upload our own images, search for stock footage using their tool, or we can even generate with AI all inside of this one platform. So I'm just going to be looking for some stock footage. I'll say some maybe 3D animation, and I'm just going to be using this image right there. It just shows a person working on a laptop. I can confirm it, and now what's going to happen is that it's basically going to just add that to the news article, after which we can move on to the blog post. Once we go there, you can also, give it a headline. So I'm probably going to copy the same headline and change it a bit. Okay, that would be pretty good. And then we can give it the same website as website with background info. So we can generate outline and it's going to do everything for us. And as you guys can see, it generated me the whole blog post. Now, obviously, it is very important that because this is AI content, you should definitely read it through, and some information is going to be incorrect. So you have to correct it yourself. The point is to make the process faster, not just to completely replace, human input. So you definitely want to be careful with that. Regardless, I think this content is pretty nice. You can also add media in the same way. And then you can basically, just make your blog post better. Now, moving on to the podcast, this is personally my favorite part because what you can do is you can just give it the type of podcast. So you can either do interview with 2 people and you can do, or you can just do standard, which is just going to be 1 person. I'm going to do that for now. And as you can see, it generated the whole script automatically. So we don't have to do anything in that. And after that, you can also choose your voice. So there's different options and you can also preview them like this.
With cloud machine learning, your application.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. You can also add media if you want, but once you're ready, you can just click review and it's going to automatically generate the podcast for you. Perfect. So while that is generating, we can also move on to the slideshow, which as you can see here is an AI generated slideshow. And I think it's a great slideshow, especially considering that we have basically put zero effort in this. It's all AI generated. Moving on to infographic, this is also very cool. It has a lot of text and it uses the images that you provided as well. So once you have, a whole collection of images, it's going to automatically, choose which image to put where. It's going to do all of that automatically for you, but it's also going to give you the freedom of, moving things around or changing the text and all that stuff. So all that can be edited here as well. You can change the colors, template, everything is customizable. And coming back to the podcast, our podcast is also generative. So if I just go ahead and play it from anywhere, you
This
can see
trend
that.
highlights the value of learning versatile software tools for career development. Blender is a versatile tool with applications in film.
So it just took the whole script and converted it into a podcast, which is perfect. Now, I just want to mention here that even though I just showed you guys the standard podcast, they also have an interview style podcast, which generally performs better and just doesn't mirror the blog. So feel free to try that out as well. So with all that being done, we can move on to the video. And as you can see, it generated a video for us here with some, stock footage and everything. So you can basically obviously tweak everything, change the videos and all that stuff, but it has given you a pretty good starting point. It just highlights a problem first. If you're stuck learning Blender, you can move on past tutorials. What you can do is you can, there's a better way to learn, and it gives you a solution, and it basically is going to work as an amazing marketing tool for you. And I think it is going to be pretty good. Obviously, after some customization and some, human input, is going to look pretty good, and it's going to be ready for distribution. Also, I just wanted to mention here that Amplifier can also create short and long form video, and there's going to be no editing needed. It just does all the work for you. And it gives you all the controls here. All the controls that you would need, you have right at your disposal. Now, once you're done with all this generation, all the content is ready. What we can do is we can just go to publish right there, and we can select the different options for publishing. Now, obviously the pricing for the distribution is going to vary. So you can just select the options that you want and click checkout, which is going to take you to basically a checkout page. And then you can have all your content distributed across many, many websites. Now let's talk about pricing for this tool. The base price for this tool is $27 a month, which is just for the generation. Obviously, distribution cost is going to vary depending on how far and how wide you want your content to go. But for the platform itself, where you can, create unlimited content, you just have to pay $27 a month. And in my opinion, the cost is pretty nice, especially considering that they have many new features in the pipeline, including AI avatars, AI generated scenes and images, even more natural voices for the podcast, and just overall smarter workflows. Now, all this isn't just theory. A lot of different brands have actually used AmpCast, and they've seen real results. A fitness brand used AmpCast and pulled in 60,000 plus monthly organic clicks, which is equivalent to $180,000 in ad value. An HR platform went from 0 to 1,000 daily clicks in just 30 days. So all this really shows you that this platform isn't just hype. It's an actual tool that works and gets you results. So if all that sounds interesting and you want to get serious about scaling your content, you can go to the link in the description and sign up for the waitlist. But yeah, that was pretty much it for this one. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope you guys learned something new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.